Okay, so I'm doing a test with the Sony FDRX3000 with the built-in GPS. They have overlays and everything similar to GoPro. So I'm kind of running a test here to see how accurate the GPS speeds are. Keep in mind, I'm running different size tires on the car. So when I'm going at a consistent speed, if the GPS on the Sony is accurate, it might say I'm going 40 miles an hour, but on the car speedometer, which is being filmed by the GoPro 4, it'll say like 38 or 39. So it's pretty close. I'm just really trying to get a gauge of what the lag is when you step on the gas and you're accelerating. So if you're doing like some sort of road racing or something like that, find out how accurate the GPS really is in the Sony and find out if it compares to the GPS that's now built into the GoPro 5. So here's the setup. Got the Sony up here, and then right behind the mirror, plenty of wide open blue sky. So we should have an excellent GPS signal here. And then I'm gonna have the GoPro mounted right here, so you're gonna be able to see the speedometer right here. That sounded really awkward. So you'll be able to see the speed right on there. So we'll get that put together, and I'll do an overlay, and we'll find out just how accurate the GPS is. Okay, so taking a look at the footage here, and especially after I got the speed overlaid against the car. Actually, before I get to that, getting the speed from the Sony camera synced onto the actual footage took a pretty long time. I don't have a super crazy computer. I'm running i7, 30 gigs of RAM, and some other BS. It took a pretty long time. If you're trying to overlay GPS videos with a laptop or an older computer, it might be pretty long. I don't know. I didn't unfortunately check computer resources, see how much the computer was working when it was trying to do that. But it took a while. This was like a 5-minute clip, and it took like 30 or 40 minutes or something to overlay it on there. I'd really hate to see, like I'm using this for track usage and everything, I'd hate to see how long it's going to take when I'm attempting to overlay the GPS data after like 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. That might take forever. I don't know. I haven't tried a longer clip yet. I think I'll probably be looking into other software. There's a company called Dashware who actually just got bought by GoPro, and they offer free data overlays. So you take the GPS info from the camera or your phone or whatever device, and you can sync it up with your stuff. I haven't tried it yet, but I did download that. So that took a long time. But I'm taking a look here at the footage, and it looks like the Sony camera GPS lags pretty far behind compared to what the car is actually doing. I know there's going to be a slight delay, but it's pretty far off sometimes. I mean, at one point I kind of brake abruptly for a stop sign because I want to see how quickly it goes from speed to showing 0, and it never actually even shows that I come to a complete stop. When in the video you can actually see that I do stop. Once you're going, there's a spot on here I have the cruise control. I'm going like 30 miles an hour. That's pretty accurate, but it took a couple seconds to get to that, and changes in speed were not really immediately apparent or shown on the Sony camera. I mean, this point I'm going 40, and the Sony camera says I'm doing 20. And again, I mean, it does eventually catch up, but the lag seems to be several seconds, which isn't going to be very helpful for actual, okay, cool, in this corner or in this spot while going down the hill on a motorcycle or a snowboard or something like that. Oh, it's going X speed. Eventually it does seem like it does catch up. Yeah, I just watched, I came to a complete stop for like 4 seconds before the Sony camera finally caught up on the GPS. So it seems like there might be a lag. I haven't dug around the settings to see if maybe there's an increase that you can do for the frequency that is checking the GPS signal. But initial testing here is not particularly promising. The other thing I don't really like about the Sony GPS overlays is you can't choose what shows up or where. It just, you have like 4 different options as far as like the style that you want it to have. But I can't tell it, okay, make this gauge bigger or smaller, or don't show me my average speed. It's just kind of all on there. So I'm going to have to kind of look at that and see if maybe that can be adjusted. Otherwise, it looks like third-party, software is going to be needed in order to actually get decent footage. So I don't know. It's cool that the GPS is built in there, but it's the lag is concerning if you're trying to actually get reasonable data as far as speed of your car or going downhill or whatever it is. Now the other thing is it doesn't show elevation on there, which I would have liked it to. I briefly looked into it. I don't know if the Sony cameras actually even record that information. It seems like on the older model it didn't. So I don't know if the X3000 has elevation buried in there somewhere and it's just not using it. But either way, initial test, not completely satisfied with the accuracy of the GPS on the Sony camera.